Chapter 9 explores the Texas court system, the judiciary. This is where justice is handed out. We have a 5-tiered court structure. It's very convoluted, very difficult to navigate. Your book basically states that very clearly. It starts with the lowest levels in your municipal court, which is where all matters that happen within a city are handled. Justice of the Peace Courts, which is where all matters in the county are handled. And then it moves up all the way to the Court of Criminal Appeals, which is where the death penalty is administered, and the state Supreme Court, which is where civil matters are handled. One of the things that you're going to want to examine and take note of in this particular chapter is that it's interesting in Texas, all of our judges are elected. And that creates an interesting dynamic in our criminal justice system, because when we elect someone to office, we're looking for a specific message. What are you going to do for us, whether that's a state representative or a statewide elected official like the governor. But with the judge, what do we want to hear? We usually want to hear that you're going to keep the bad guys off the street, you're going to keep my neighborhood safe, etc. But how does that affect sentencing? How does that affect how long people are serving in prison, and who are they? There's a real interesting essay in your book that you're going to want to read to explore that. It's a system that can lend itself to bias as far as sentencing is concerned. And we're just starting to address this phenomenon, just not only in the state, but in the country as well. You're going to want to know the difference between criminal law and civil law. The definition is provided in your book, and the difference between a felony and a misdemeanor. We focus mainly on the municipal courts and the justice of the peace courts, especially on your test, because those are the courts that most of us are going to interact with for traffic tickets, for a landlord that's not fixing things that they should. And so take a look, and we'll have a couple of questions on your test about how the court system is structured. 5 tiers, very difficult to navigate. What does the phenomena or the practice of electing judges, what effect does it have on criminal justice? And what are the differences between different aspects, criminal law versus civil law, misdemeanors versus felonies, etc. So you can focus on those main aspects, those main concepts in Chapter 9. You'll do just fine.